from WHBF TV. News you can use. This is News 4 Today.
It describes the murder of an acquaintance as police say they have the man who stabbed her to death. Good afternoon, I'm Jeff Rudolph. Today a Rock Island man is being held on $1 million bond for the murder of 35-year-old Dolores Hodges. 40-year-old Vernon McKeel of Rock Island is accused of stabbing Hodges in the chest last night. It happened at 1516 4th Street in Arsenal Courts, where Hodges was visiting an acquaintance.
I heard someone moaning out in the back of my house, and so I went down to check it, and here she is, bent all over, and saying she had been stabbed by her boyfriend. He was standing right, like about 10 feet from her, and then he saw me up at my back door, so, he took off walking away, and she came in, she was like just dripping blood all over.
Buckner says Hodges and McKeel were living together. Hodges was pronounced dead at Trinity East Hospital. Police say McKeel turned himself in today. Well, there's still no sign of an inmate who slipped away from a Fort Madison minimum security prison. 28-year-old Paul Collins Jr. disappeared from Prison Farm No. 1 near Fort Madison late Saturday afternoon. Officials say he was present for the 5 o'clock count, but was gone an hour later. Police are concentrating their search in Rodeo Park, a wooded area just north of Fort Madison. Well, the city of Davenport is promising more protection for residents on the northeast side. Mayor Pat Gibbs and Fire Chief Tom Ryan cut the ribbons on 2 brand new fire stations this afternoon. Not only did the city spend more than $2 million on the firehouses, the city also hired 11 more firefighters.
Both of the new stations, we have individual bedroom sleeping facilities. We have electronic hose drying cabinets that preclude the old tower arrangement where we can dry hose within 24 hours where it used to take 10 days. Just most of the amenities in the new stations are basically state-of-the-art type situations.
If you live in northeast Davenport or if you live in far west Davenport and you have a heart attack, you want to be able to know that before the 4 minutes is up, that decreases your chance of living, that we're going to be able to get equipment to you. And that was certainly one of the goals, was to equalize that service and to increase the response time.
Builders started construction on both firehouses last March. Well, volunteers are wrapping up their 48-hour excursion into the world of the homeless. Teenagers from the Bettendorf Senior High School youth group have been sleeping in boxes and braving the elements to raise money for the John Lewis Coffee Shop and Miriam Houses in Davenport. Group members ended up taking in over $700 for the homeless while relearning an ageless lesson.
It made us, we talked about how we have it really good compared to a lot of people, and it made us realize that it could be a lot worse.
Well, the main thing they learn is an appreciation for their nice warm bed, their hot water in the shower, being able to get in out of the cold, not having to stand out in the rain or the snow, whatever we have for weather.
This weekend marks the 3rd year teens have roughed it up to help the needy, and the group plans on making next year their 4th. Well, what if boys and girls could attend separate but equal classrooms? Well, Iowa and other states are exploring that idea. It's been 4 decades since the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the notion that schools could be both separate and equal. Well, now a coalition of conservatives, feminists, and minorities is rethinking the idea. Advocates say separating boys and girls could be beneficial, but critics say it's illegal and just a bad idea. Well, in the days before Super Nintendo and Power Rangers, this is what children played with. Memory Lane was full of hundreds of people at the Wonderland Doll, Toy and Bear Show at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds. The 11th annual show featured plenty of antique and modern dolls. Even if they're not antique collectors, people are reliving their childhood
something that they had in their childhood that their mother discarded over the years or sold at a garage sale, and they decided now that they're grown up and they have their own money that they'd like to buy what they had previously.
The next Doll and Toy Show will be held March 12th in Maquoketa. Well, memories are about all we have when it comes to sunshine. Well, Sherry Gassaway is next with the forecast. And later on News 4, you hear about some burglars who are honest.
1942, the original vintage bomber jacket issued during World War II. 1994, we're at peace, and Venture has this beautiful ladies' suede bomber on sale for just $39.99. See? There's no need to fight.